Finally, I finished my last composition just before I leave for my trip. I have a little time now to prepare some snacks. I want to have with me healthy food that I like. My trip will be a long-distance one. I should also choose some practical clothes. I don't want to carry useless stuff with me. I am a musician and composer. I work alone every day in my home studio with my computer, my piano, and guitars. I don't see any of my colleagues because they are in different countries. We exchange emails and rarely do video calls. At first it seemed good, but now it's difficult. I decided to take a really long trip to a distant, warm country. I want to meet ordinary people and talk with them, to see places that I have never seen, and to enjoy nature, animals, and what is still left untouched. I got on one of those planes that fit a small village, and I'm going to be here for 11 hours. Slowly, I am beginning to relax. The blue planet is beautiful when you see it from so high up. Walking inside the plane, I saw that bad habits don't break. We carry them with us on our travels as well. I have never been a simple tourist. I am an ethical traveler, sensitive and concerned about the future of our planet. I arrived to the flowers. This is the house that I will stay for a few days. To my surprise, here it's New Year's Day, and it has nothing to do with mine. Here, people throw water at each other to cleanse themselves of the old year and start the new year clean and fresh. They poured a lot of water on me for 2 days, and it was a very good welcome. I bought some small local bananas, which are very tasty, and went out for a walk to get to know the local people's pace of life, which is more peaceful. Street food here is very popular and women run it. They prepare everything themselves in very simple small kitchens with few utensils, and the food they cook is very tasty. This country has so many small islands. I like to travel by boat and to feel the salty sea air on my face.
Just this side, right? Just this side.
I arrived at another island. A local friend gave me the advice and I rented a motorbike. Then I went to find a gas station. I don't think I ever saw a simplest way to put gasoline. I am a vegetarian and I would be very happy to live only on fruits. They have the most wonderful aromas and taste than any other food. Early in the morning, I arrived at the Buddhist monastery to meditate with a monk teacher. I do a little meditation every day. I can relax my body easily, but not my mind. It keeps thinking and running. Here, we walked up and down, saying only the word Buddha to clear our minds.
So the purpose for the meditation, we want to save the might power or encouragement. This is very important to our life. Might power or encouragement. Very, very important. Know the bad dream? Do you get the bad dream?
Bad dreams?
Bad dream.
Yeah, sometimes. Yes.
Sometimes. Every time.
I am traveling again. I go from one island to another. Looking only at the sea, as the sailor beside me did, I discovered that it is a good meditation. You empty yourself of thoughts very easily. I like the rain. I want to get wet when it rains, not hide. After the rain, the beach was full of crabs. They are the only silent society of the island, and they live in the rhythm of ebb and tide. let them run next to me and went for a walk in the shallow waters. The island here is full of tattoo artists. You will find to do whatever tattoo you want, and you will carry it with you for a lifetime.
But now professional guarantee.
This island became famous from a movie,
About
and from then it suffers from overtourism.
4 hours up.
4 hours.
Over 1 million during the year, mostly young tourists, come here from every part of the planet to get drunk, get tattoos, and forget their problems for a while. In the evenings, everyone goes to the clubs to have fun. Every day, this small island produces 25 tons of garbage, most of which is plastic. Plastics are everywhere. They can't recycle them. They hide them in the forest or load them on a ship and throw them into the sea. Near in the ocean is the 8th continent, the new continent of the planet, which we humans created entirely of plastic. What scares me is that our bodies are now full of microplastics. They are in our blood, in our brain, and our DNA. All these majestic elephants are waiting here for the tourists to give them a ride. Elephants are not pets. They are wildlife and cannot live chained in slavery. Few are left now because we kill them illegally for their ivory. And the few that are left, we keep them alone in chains. Sadness and anxiety can be seen in their eyes and in their repeated movements. The chains are too short. I felt very bad for them. In another place, I came across wild animals and caged birds for sale. Wildlife trade is illegal and unethical. When you lock up all these wonderful wild creatures in cages, you destroy their psychology and their lives. They were born to live freely in nature, like us. They cannot live in cages. They go crazy with fear and anxiety, and then die. It was afternoon, and I had to find what to eat. These colorful vegetable markets excite vegetarians like me. Here, I can find fresh, local vegetables to buy without them being wrapped in plastic. These temples are very beautiful, and architecturally they are built to impress. All the established religions of the world try to outdo each other by building magnificent temples to show their power. But this is only the golden wrapping. No religion, I believe, has saved the souls of its believers while they were alive. And certainly, I wouldn't wait to be saved after death. Like no religion, either a political party has managed to solve the great problem of human poverty. Global poverty and climate change are the two greatest and most pressing problems of our time. The gap between rich and poor is constantly growing. Right now, half of the world's population lives in poverty. 700 million of our fellow human beings do not have daily access to food and water. The world's wealth is in the hands of a very few. Here, I saw people who had no access to food, drinking water, and many were homeless. In the midst of all this poverty, however, I met smiling people with such a great will to live that it becomes increasingly clear to me that money is not the source of happiness in our life. Very close to poverty and in great confrontation lies wealth and large shopping malls. I found myself in a blink of an eye from absolute poverty to absolute richness. Personally, fancy places don't excite me. What excites me is to see ordinary people making their own clothes.
Follow the line. Follow the line. Okay, put, no problem. Okay, go.
I came to meet a group of women who have formed a cooperative and are keeping alive their traditional art of Banyak Tik-Tik, known to us as batik. These women make beautiful fabrics, and by keeping their tradition alive, they try to financially support their families.
Purple.
Women worldwide do not have the same access to work as men. In this corner of the world, I saw the women being active and, in addition to batik, selling all the street food. Street food is an old way of social connection for people. They ate fresh food, talked to each other, and enjoyed themselves. These women here are not restaurant chefs, but each one has their own street restaurant. They start in the morning preparing the ingredients at home, and in the afternoon they set up their benches and their pans immediately catch fire. They know how to cook very well, and the whole area smells of herbs. People come here to eat good and cheap food, but also to talk to each other. While I was here for almost 2 months, I only ate street food and hung out with the local people. I entered the rainforest into its humidity and warm stillness. You enter a magical world of 120 million years old that hosts 80% of the planet's wildlife. I had never seen such a big tree in my life. I approached it and hugged it with great joy. There are few tropical forests anymore. In just 50 years, we have cut down half of them. Coming out of the tropical forest, I found myself near the sea. I sat for a while by the sea to watch it, and I was back from whence I have come. Walking by the beach, I was lucky and saw a rare sea eagle flying above me. I like to dive into the sea and feel the fishes swimming next to me. We need the oceans to survive. They gave everything to us. People believe that the seas are full of fish. Once they may have been, but now they are being emptied by overfishing. This poor fisherman lives in this small hut and fishes a few crabs to survive.
Do you fish crabs?
Yeah, we have the cat for fishing crab.
Yes.
I tell you,
He told me that big fishing
small
boats
kid
come
inside.
and sweep the sea,
Yeah,
destroying
for
seabed.
making bait.
Yes.
Yeah,
The bait.
yeah, and
He is afraid that soon he will find nothing to fish for.
And how many do you catch in this
maybe 2 or 3 crab.
2 or 3?
Yeah, 2 or 3 crab.
And how many boxes you spread around the ocean?
I have more than 50 now.
More than 50?
Yeah.
These little boys brought me a horseshoe crab, a wonderful creature from the most ancient of the planet, almost 400 million years old. I was in awe as I held it briefly in my hands before we returned it to its home. Mangrove forests are the only ones that can survive between land and sea, and they act as filters protecting coastal populations. These trees live about 100 years. Lying in my hammock, I knew that my travels would continue to places beyond the horizon.